Alright y'all, so welcome back to another video. It's raining pretty heavy outside. I don't know if you can hear it. But anyway, hope you guys are doing well. And so last time I was on here, I talked about how I found a bunch of these US Open 2024 hats. I think I found like 30 of them at the bins probably a little over a month ago. And I think the last time I was out here talking about them, I had sold one and that left me with 14. Well, I sold a couple more and I think it left me with 12 total. So somebody reached out to me on eBay and said that they wanted to work out a deal to buy the remaining 12. He said that he was looking to spend right at $100, and these probably cost 25 cents each. So I'm in these for probably under $4. So $100 is a steal. So yeah, somebody bought all of these for $100 total. And I think the shipping, I think he's up in New York somewhere. It's only like $9 or $10, so it's a pretty good margin. All right, so I got another hat. This one is a Vanderbilt. It's one of those, I guess, a fitted baseball hat. And I found this one down at the bins probably not even 2 weeks ago, and it sold, I guess, right away, as you would say, for 14 plus shipping. So these are a pair of Brooks Glycerin Stealth Fit 21, I believe is the model. But anyway, found these down at the bins. I haven't had these long. I would say probably no more than 4 or 5 weeks, and so they sold this morning for 34 plus shipping. So these are two pair of Lululemon shorts. I believe one is kind of the high waist, maybe like a biker, and then one is just basically running shorts. Just kind of can look at them. Here is kind of more of the running style. I believe these are a women's 2 that'll focus in. Those sold for $17.50. And these are the, I guess, the biker high rise. I forget what the exact model is, but anyway, pretty good condition. These sold for 20 plus shipping. Both of these came from the bins. They're super light. So retail arbitrage is probably one of my favorite methods in reselling, but it's also one of the most riskier methods. I probably found one of my best deals ever in reselling when I found all those Oregon Duck shoes back in, I think that was 2024. If you're a long time viewer, you probably remember those. They ended up finding like 60 pair sold out in probably only under like maybe like 3 months. Ducks were really good that year. But I say all that to say some of my worst deals have also come from retail arbitrage. So I found a bunch of these Penguin hockey jerseys, and at the time they seemed like really good buys, but I think I've had a lot of these for 7, 8, maybe even close to a year. I think I found maybe 3 to 5 of these, and I just can't seem to give them away. It seems like everyone who wants them wants to pay somewhere between 40 to 50 bucks. Each of them costs 30, so it's just not a lot of money to be made here. This one sold for 42. I'm just trying to get rid of these just to kind of get my money back at this point. So in this situation, maybe even lost money on the deal, but best case scenario, maybe I made $2 on it. But I put this in here just to kind of show you retail arbitrage is a good way to kind of run like a hybrid model in your reselling business, but it is by far probably one of the more riskier ways too. So I ordered my first shelf, and I'm hoping it'll be here at some time by the end of the week. And so I talked about in the last video how I'm taking this bin system behind me and converting everything into a shelving box and SKU system. I'm hoping that this will just save, well, not hoping, I know this will save a ton of time. I spend a lot of time and effort finding items in these bins, lifting them, putting them back. It's just a mess. And so I'm looking to get out of this as soon as possible. Going to start on the back wall back there and then just kind of work my way until I get everything completed. But this is a Seattle Mariners hoodie. This actually came right here from the bins here in Nashville, and probably $3 on the buy cost max, and got 20 plus shipping, and it's headed up to Seattle. So this is a vintage lady volunteer basketball t-shirt when they won 3 in a row, 96, 97, 98. This was way before Candace Parker got there. I think she was there from 04 to 08, and I think they won in 08, like her last year there. Don't quote me on that, but I know she was there from 04 to 08. But anyway, this one came from the bins. It's probably 50 cents. This one didn't sell for a ton of money. I know a lot of times you see a vintage t-shirt and think that it sells for a ton. I think I only got 17 plus shipping on this one. So I had never heard of this brand prior to finding it about 3 weeks ago. These are POC hip guard shorts. I think they're for biking, but found these, like I said, like 3 weeks ago. Never had heard of it. They're probably a little bit heavier because of the the padding on the side. So let's just say $2, and they sold under, like I said, what, 3 weeks now for 40 plus shipping. All right, so here are 2 notable pickups from the Goodwill bins. And when I say notable, I mean items that sell good for me and stuff that I like to pick up. You may care less and could give a rip about a jersey, but this is an Alvin Kamara Tennessee Volunteer jersey. It's a really good size, a men's large, really clean, no stains or tears or anything wrong with it. This one right here is probably one of the better finds of this year. And so I've been reselling. I first found out about reselling in 2016, went full time early 2017. So I've been at this, man, for right at a decade, and I've never found anything quite like this. So this is a game worn player issue NFL jersey. This was actually worn by the player. And initially when I saw this, it looked like one of these fake jerseys that I've seen countless times over the years. So it has like the patch right here, and what was throwing me off is there's literally no tag in the neck area, and so that's what was one of my cues to think that it was fake. But after doing some more research, I found out that this right here means something. So on the back, what prompted me to do research is the nameplate. So this is John Casey. I've been following pro football for most of my life, and so I remember him growing up. And so when I seen that name, I was like, wait a minute, this is probably something else. And so I started doing some research, and I found out that the meaning of these numbers up here is this 07. So when they make player issue or game worn jerseys, they always put that whatever season, whatever year it is, they put that right here on the left. And so I've kind of done some research. A lot of these game worn or issued jerseys are selling between $300 and upwards. And so yeah, this was a huge blessing. And again, I had never found anything like this, so it looked like a fake to me until I started doing some more research. All right, so one last thing on the John Casey jersey. I forgot to mention, when I first found out it was this jersey, I was kind of wondering, how did his jersey make it all the way to Nashville? And so as I started to think about it, he played for the Carolina Panthers, which isn't too far from here. But when I started doing some more digging, which really made me go, aha, this is probably how it ended up here. He actually is from Georgia, and so which is really close. And so just kind of want to put that in there because I was kind of on the fence. Maybe you're kind of watching it and kind of wondering how did his jersey end up here. So these are just a pair of On Clouds. They're already wrapped. They were in, I would say, okay to good condition. They weren't great or excellent. Otherwise, I would have got more for them. Goodwill bins pickup probably cost $2, and they sold pretty quick for 25 plus shipping. So these are a pair of Skechers flip-flops. These are actually brand new. Still have the sticker or the tag on the inside. Sold under 2 weeks for 25 plus shipping. Buy cost is probably, let's just say under $1. They're really light. They came from the bins. So more shoes. These are some Hoka flip-flops, a small size to a women's 6. And I found these, I want to say last week. So these didn't last long. They probably cost, let's just say $1, and these sold for 20 plus shipping. All right, so it probably comes as a surprise to you because we didn't tell a whole lot of people, maybe some close family, a few friends. But anyway, my wife gave birth to our 6th kid, a boy, and we got 4 boys, 2 girls, and everybody's good. My wife's good. My son, he's doing well. And so, yeah, it's been a huge blessing, and it's been a long journey. At this point, we think we're done, and I said that like 2 kids ago, so we'll see. But anyway, just kind of want to let you guys know that. But I think this is where I'm going to cut the video off at. I appreciate you guys for coming along with me. If you got anything out of it, like it, consider subscribing to the channel. I'll catch y'all right back here on the next video. Succeed.
This might be all that I know. Think it's okay. I've got a long way to grow. At my own pace. Go the long way. No one taught me how to walk, but I figured it out fine.